1.
Hi, my name is Sarah McLachlan. I'm the owner of Pilates Performance Ireland, and myself and Monica are here today at the studio in Rough Farm in Dublin to talk to you about posture. So, many benefits to having good posture. One is immediately you look slimmer and taller. However, if you exercise, whatever your choice may be, whether it be golf or going for a walk, if you start from a good postural position, your results you will see much faster. You'll also feel much more comfortable in your exercise. So Monica is standing here today, and I'm just going to ask her to turn sideways to the camera there. And we can all do this very easily at home. So I'm going to ask Monica to place her hand at the top of her head. So the first thing we're looking for is axial elongation, to be as tall as possible. So Monica is going to reach her head to push her hand away as if she had a ceiling on the top of her head and press away. And as she takes her hand down, she's going to keep that length right through her spine and just gently relax the shoulders down. So the shoulders will drop down, but the spine will reach upwards. Then I'm going to ask Monica to do a little bit of a Michael Jackson. We all know this one. Okay, so Monica is going to lean towards me without lifting her heels and keeping her torso nice and still. And her hamstrings and glutes will engage to prevent her from falling. And then she's going to lean backwards without lifting her toes. And now her quads and hip flexors and so on are going to prevent that fall. And then she's going to come forwards and she's going to find that middle position. Many of us are a sway back and we lean heavily onto our heels, which often puts pressure into our lower back and tightens our mid-back region. So once Monica finds that middle neutral place for her legs, I'm going to ask her now to weight bear about 60% towards the front of her foot and 40% towards her heel. Her toes are evenly spread, and she's now in a position where she can relax those large superficial muscles which we often overwork, and you get a sense of feeling your hip joints and your knee joints and your ankle joints. And she should feel lighter now through the legs. Okay. Now many of us have quite a lordotic curve in our lower back. So if I were to tilt Monica's pelvis forwards, the bum sort of sticks out there and she goes into her lower back. And a lot of people have mechanical lower back pain for this reason alone. So we've corrected the legs, but I'm now going to advise Monica on how to correct this position. So I want you to imagine there's a weight on your tailbone, and as that weight drops the tailbone down, the navel draws back to the spine, and she gets this lovely length right through her lumbar spine. Another way of doing this, if you go back into the lordosis there, Monica, is to imagine almost lifting up your pelvis with your hands and resting it down onto your thigh bones. And if you're quite stiff in your lower back, you're already going to feel a little bit of a stretch here. So she's got her navel, she's got her navel drawn back. We're correct now up to here. And now a lot of people who are sway back, they sort of iron out this thoracic curve, so the hinge back, and they open in the rib cage and have a weakness at the front of the body here. So we want to connect that as well, to get the ribs stacked over the pelvis as well. So if I just walk around the front of Monica there. So I'm looking now at her sternum, and the top of it is here, and the bottom is usually between the bust. And you can see that the lower part of the sternum is slightly more forward than the top. So I'm going to ask Monica to drop that sternum towards her bra strap around T7. And we're now connecting the upper core. The whole transverse is quite a big muscle spread across, and it goes far low down, to the pubic bone and into the rib cage. And we often, when we think about the core, just think about the lower region. We want the upper region connected and working as well. So she's closing the rib cage over a little bit in front, and she's dropping the sternum towards her back. And she's reintroducing that thoracic curve. So I'm going to lift her up and curving over so that sternum drops in and hold it there. And keep the pelvis nice and still. Now the shoulders are slightly rounded forwards, and often when you ask them to bring their shoulders back, they do it from the extremity. And I want to work from the inside of the body out to really get the benefit. So if I come around the front of Monica here, you can easily do this in a mirror at home. I'm coming into her clavicle bones here, and I'll just turn you around there for a second, Monica, so you can face the camera. And I'm looking for her to spread, to open her chest from these bones. A little bit like they're ice cream on a warm plate. And they're just going to slide away and widen. And as they do, she gets that lovely shoulder, square shoulder look. And her shoulder blades place themselves almost automatically onto her rib cage. And we just want to make sure that you haven't lost the disconnect at the same time. So there's lots of adjusting the first few times you do this. Okay, so the chest is nice and wide. Now if I still want to drop the shoulders down, Monica will ask you to turn your back now to the camera if you would. So again, I don't want you to go from the extremities. I want you to work these mid-lower traps, which are often a lot weaker than the upper traps. So I want you to draw the shoulder blades down from here. Okay? And then correct again. Now, when you draw the shoulder blades down your back, it will naturally bring you towards extension. And when you drop the sternum towards your back, it will naturally bring you into flexion. So again, we're looking for that middle position. So once you've adjusted your shoulder blades and adjusted your sternum, just make sure the rest is still in place. So if you do your shoulders last, just make sure you haven't lost your connection at the front. Okay. And then finally, just the head. And I'll ask you to turn side again, if you might. So a lot of people are slightly forward head in this position, so you can just pop the chin out there in front. And just to be mindful of this, often you ask somebody to stack their head up on top of their shoulders or to tilt their head back. They often make the curve worse by tilting their chin up towards the ceiling. That's not what we're looking for. So if you imagine that you're going to rest your head back into a pillow, and it's this point where your neck reaches your skull, it's that way that you're pressing back. And as you press it back, get that lengthening, that elongation through the neck. Okay? And the chin stays in line with the floor. And again, we can see Monica's weakness is just here. And this is really, really common. So again, just drop that sternum in and close the ribs. Keep nice and tall. Okay. And I think she looks pretty good. Okay, so you'll have to do lots of adjusting to strengthen the muscles that you need to keep a good posture. And well done. Thank you.